everybody. Thanks for coming down to this exciting evening. It's a great night for baseball. I'm sure these kids have been on a whirlwind tour, and we're going to give them a good Auburn welcome one by one as they arrive. As I say their name, let's give a big round of applause. Hudson Bjork. Dylan Davis. Isaiah Hatch. Ryan Lacey. Casey Manning. Chandler Mikulik. Ikaika Nahaku. Dylan O'Grady. Dylan Rowe. Tyler Tan. Roddy Wilson. And their assistant coach Dale Wilson. And Kai Nahaku, their manager. It is great to have them back in Auburn. They started back in March on our fields out here, and many of us were out there to start this season. Who would have thought it would end in September on a beautiful evening? Anyhow, we want to thank Auburn Mountain View Marching Band and their cheerleaders. Auburn Chevrolet at the last minute came through with these cars, 10 equipment bags, baseball buckets, pad portfolios, 150 water bottles, 150 youth baseball t-shirts. Thank you, Auburn Chevrolet. And I want you kids to know that from 3,000 miles away, we packed the Auburn Theater, we packed the Auburn Senior Center, we packed the local beverage establishments to cheer you guys on. I hope you heard us. At this time, I'm going to introduce Mayor Pete Lewis. I've never seen him wear so many casual clothes as this last little run. So I really appreciate your guys' effort. They got me out of a tie and into a kind of a funky colored shirt. So thanks for all your support. Mayor Lewis.
Good afternoon. Do you think we've welcomed these young men right yet? How about let's give them a big Auburn cheer. Well, that's a good start. We'll do a little bit more later on. You know, we can always tell when we have a big crowd here at City Hall when you can't even see the street. Boy, this town has come out to cheer for our team. What a great team they are. We have a number of folks here today that wanted to come out and say hello. We do have our Auburn City Council with our Council Deputy Mayor Sue Singer. Councilmember Rich Wagner, Bill Pelosa, Virginia Haugen, and John Partridge. Got some other folks that's here as well. Now this is a community. The mayor of Pacific, Rich Hildreth, is here. He had to come by and say hello to us as well. You know, we have the largest Miss Auburn program in the United States, so we have to have our Miss Auburn here as well. Yeah. Somewhere out in that crowd, I don't know where she's gone, but we also have our Pioneer Queen. She's right behind me. Come on up here. Now, you know, you have to be a young 80 years old to qualify to be a Pioneer Queen, and she's a real young 80 years old. She was walking the route here. We also have a couple of speakers that I'm going to be introducing later on. I do want to start off with one of the speakers who's from here, who knows every block of this place, who's also the governor of the state, Governor Chris Gregoire.
Well, thank you, Mr. Mayor. I tell you, it's nice to be back home, particularly when we come back home to say congratulations to each and every one of you, to all of the fans, to all of the sponsors. Auburn, you did a great job. Congratulations. So I'm here as an Auburnite, but I'm also here on behalf of the state because the state's awfully proud. Well, I grew up here in Auburn, and my name was O'Grady, and I like the O'Grady fan club, by the way. Let me just say how proud all of us in Washington State are of these young athletes, with the talent, with the dedication, with the incredible teamwork that they've displayed to the rest of the country. We've shown America what Auburn is all about. So a big, big thanks to the parents, to the coaches, the supporters, the fans, every single time we're out there cheering for our All-Stars in their first appearance in the Little League World Series. Thank you and congratulations to each and every one of you. Whether it's getting them to practice, raising money, whatever it took, Auburn was there behind these kids every step of the way. And the All-Stars brought home to this community something that we will cherish in this community forever. You have made us proud, not only as Auburnites, but you have made us proud as Washingtonians. So let's give a big cheer to our national regional champions. So if I can have the coach come up for just a minute, I have the privilege as governor of the state of giving out a proclamation, and it reads as follows. Whereas the multi-talented athletes of the 2010 Auburn Washington All-Star Little League baseball team understand the meaning of team and what's needed to achieve victory. And whereas Auburn's Little League baseball team earned the title of Northwest Regional Champions after a 13-3 victory over Idaho, sending them to the Little League World Series in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. And whereas following an early little loss and then 3 straight wins at the Little League World Series, Auburn needed just one final victory to send them to the U.S. title game. Auburn's Little League Series dream was cut short by a 5-7 loss against the Southwest Region champions of Texas. Whereas the city of Auburn is hosting a welcome home parade on September 2nd, 2010 to celebrate the Little League Baseball All-Stars of Auburn and their Little League World Series title run. Now therefore, I, Christine Gregoire, Governor of the great state of Washington, do hereby proclaim September 2nd, 2010 as Auburn Little League Baseball Day in the great state of Washington. My friends from Auburn, are there any doubt in your mind who are the champions? It's these guys right here. Thank you and congratulations.
You know, it's got to be awfully hard to go after the governor of the state who's from your town. There's not very many people can do that. There's one who can because, for one thing, he's always been known as the sheriff. Let me introduce to you the congressman from our state, Dave Reichert.
Well, good afternoon. Are you excited? Yeah! No, I mean, are you excited? Yeah! Okay. I think you convinced me and everybody else. I thank you for having me here tonight, inviting me to be a part of this celebration. I want to just speak to the boys for just a second. You guys are going to remember how you got here. The little plays that you made, the pitches that you made, the hits that you made, all those things are in your memories. And today we even have them on DVD, so you'll be able to watch them over and over and share them with your kids and your grandkids. And you're going to remember your team. You're going to remember these guys that are with you, that fought the battles with you. The practices, the hard, long nights of practices that you had to go to. You're going to remember all of those things. But I hope you also remember, too, that it took a team. It takes all of you. And you call yourselves the Green Machine? Is that what I heard? Yeah? No, yes. I heard that from somebody. Sometime, somewhere. But the thing that you need to remember, too, is this night will just burn in your memory. But every person out here, every parent, every grandparent, every aunt and uncle, every cousin, the moms and dads, and those who drove you to practices, picked you up, watched your practices, played catch with you in the backyard. All of us here tonight, we are here as a team, too. And we just want to say thank you and congratulations. Way to go. We are so proud of you. And you've brought the city of Auburn together tonight to say congratulations to you, a sense of community and pride and accomplishment. And what we have for you tonight, and I'll give this to your coaches, is a letter of congratulations, a certificate of accomplishment, and when we go back into session in 2 weeks, we will enter into the Congressional record your accomplishments in the United States House of Representatives. Congratulations!
Our King County Executive, Dal Constantine, could not be here tonight, but he has a proclamation as well that he is issuing to the team for King County, and I wanted the coaches to have that in addition to this for this team. Coach? You know, there was a period of time for several weeks where many of us were gathered all across the city, glued to the television set, and in so many different places. There was restaurants and down at the Ab Theater and all over Puget Sound. I was at a meeting, and it was in a restaurant up in Bellevue. They had the channel turned to this particular night to your game just to make sure, because all across the Puget Sound region, they were watching you. Now, I have to tell you, this is budget time, and times are tough. It was a lot more stressful for me watching that last game than any budget I've ever done. All of you have played a part in your team. One of the things that we saw time and again as you worked together as a team, and now you brought that whole feeling and spirit back to your city. Thank you very much for what you've done. I think you've learned. Now again, it's hard to follow the governor of the state with a proclamation. It's hard to follow a sitting congressman who is our sheriff after all. But we do have a proclamation from the city of Auburn. And it says, whereas on behalf of the citizens of Auburn, we congratulate our Auburn All Stars as our 2010 Northwest Regional Champions and for their outstanding performance at the 2010 Little League Series. Whereas the team spirit, hard work, passion brought much pride to all of our community throughout the state of Washington as they captured the Washington State Championship and the Northwest Regional Championship. Whereas the team's overall record will not soon be forgotten, nor will their inspirational play throughout the World Series, where they showed their true championship play with their wins against Pennsylvania and Texas. Whereas their managers, their coaches, and with their parents' guidance, mentoring along with excellent pitching and batting knowledge, clearly helped the team through a triumphant season. Whereas since 1939, the Little League Baseball organization has promoted and nurtured the interest of baseball in our youth. Discipline, teamwork, sportsmanship, physical fitness are developed in shaping the character and leadership skills of the youth in our community. Now, therefore, I, Peter B. Lewis, Mayor of the City of Auburn, do hereby proclaim September 2nd, 2010 as Auburn Little League All Stars Day in the City of Auburn, and ask all citizens to join in honoring, celebrating our Auburn All Stars, their families who have supported them, as well as the coaches and the Auburn Little League organization. These athletes are truly champions in every sense of the word. Congratulations, Auburn All Stars. With that, we have a couple of other little presentations, the kind that you want to have at the end of a ceremony like this, but we're going to start out with bringing all the coaches up here. How about this one? Come on over here. On behalf of the City of Auburn, by the Auburn City Council, let us present to the Auburn Little League team and their coaches the key to the city. We're still working on the field too, so don't go anywhere. You know, I think it's about time that we have some comments from the coaches. What do you think? Come on up here.
Well, it's pretty impressive stuff. My question is, we got a governor, a mayor, congressman, senator, and a Little League baseball coach. What doesn't fit? This is amazing. All I can say is, wow, what a ride. It was absolutely unbelievable from beginning to end. These guys worked hard every step of the way. I know there's a time slot, Mayor, but I get 6 minutes. I'm going to go over that. Just to let you know. I might throw the whole schedule off. Because I am so grateful for the opportunity we got as a team. I have so many people to thank for it. It's unbelievable. These things don't happen with 11 kids and 2 coaches. Everybody, there's so many people that contributed. One of the things I want to give thanks to are some of the past All-Stars that came to our practice and threw about 100 pitches a day to help us prepare. Mitch Grant, thank you. Jake Sloan, if you're here, thank you. Keiko Nahaku, thank you. Michael Robinson, thank you. Jeff Lacey, thank you, if your arm's still on. Okay. The other people I'd like to thank is Little League Board. Without all your support, none of this would have happened. Thank you all. Steve Biorik, I'd like to thank. He organized so much of the stuff that when we were down in San Bernardino, Coach Dale and I couldn't have kept it all together. He put a lot into it, and he helped us out. Thank you, Steve. Appreciate it. Next person is Frank Manning. He's our coach, just as much as he's always been. Absolutely outstanding. Thank you. The parents, all your support for these guys. We started this journey June 15th, and it's been a long couple months. Very intense practice schedule to prepare for this. I know what kind of demand it is on your families. I just want to thank you. I know what kind of a demand it was to travel to state in Elma. I know what kind of demand it was to travel to regionals in San Bernardino. I know how much of a challenge it was to get back to Pennsylvania. And what I was so impressed with is, you know, it does cost a lot of money to get there, but these parents were determined to stand by their children no matter what. And I want to thank you guys for that. That's huge to me. Last but not least, my right-hand man, Mr. Dale Wilson. I could not have done this without him, I tell you that right now. We have to make each other laugh when we're on the road. August 3rd to August 30th is quite a long time when you got 11, 12-year-olds. So I just want to thank him a great deal. Then I'd like to thank these 11 players. I thank them for their how they performed on the field. But what people here didn't have the opportunity to see is how these guys performed off the field. When we're back in the barracks and they are interacting with other kids, other grown-ups there, I was stopped constantly as they commented on how these guys acted. With respect to everybody, to each other, to all the other teams. That's the type of stuff, as a coach, makes me proud. Not to just perform on the field, but know how to act off the field. Okay. Before we go any further, I have a couple of trinkets also. This is a team photo from the World Series. From the 2010 Auburn All Stars. Congressman Reichert, team signed ball for you. Thank you for coming. Another team pitcher, to Mayor Lewis, team ball, signed. That was used in the regional tournament. I hope you can find a spot for this in City Hall. I know these players were announced, but I'm going to announce them again because it'll be the last time I get to announce my players. Just a couple stats from this team that are very impressive. Started June 15th, finished August 30th, got back. This team had a record of 29-2. Throughout all of the games that these guys played together, we outscored our opponents 241-51. So, with that being said, number 2, the only guy that can repeat, T squared, Tyler Tan. Number 24, Ike, Ikaika Nahaku. Number 8, Isaiah Hatch. Number 9, D.O.G. O'Grady, Dylan O'Grady. Number 18, the Beast, Casey Manning. Number 22, Huddy Boy, Hudson Bioric. Number 3, Robbie Wilson. Number 23, Whole Milk, Chandler Nikolic. Number 15, Double D, Dylan Davis. Number 13, the Doctor, Dylan Rowe. Number 5, Rye Bread, Ryan Lacey. Your 2010 Northwest Regional Champions.
Well, we've got a couple of more awards and presentations here, but first we have to bring out somebody that all of you might have seen, either in one of the restaurants, all the restaurants, the Avenue Theater, every time, almost everywhere on every news channel, cheering for the team. Chris, why don't you come on out here, Christoph?
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you very much. It's humbling. I'm very humbled as I look out and see all these people and the support that we've received from the community. I'm extremely grateful for the group of kids that are right here before me. I've had the opportunity to coach some of them. They're great athletes, but they're even greater kids. And that, to me, is the biggest thing that I saw from these boys, is they went away boys and they came back young men. And that's a huge tribute, not only to their parents, not only to the coaches who have had them in the past, but to these coaches right here, to Kai, to Dale, to Steve, and to Frank. I could not be more grateful for a group of men to lead young boys as they did with those boys. They are to be commended and applauded tremendously for that, and I thank them. Thank you. And then I'd also like to thank everybody who has given so much of their time, so much of their effort to support us as a league. They were back in Williamsport and San Bernardino. We were here working feverishly, trying to get as much support as we could, and the community has done more than I could have ever imagined, to coin a phrase from the mayor. But I am just extremely grateful. I'm humbled to be kind of the head of this, along with Steve Bioric. I know that we have spoke. He's been gone for a long time. But we're extremely proud of each and every one of you. And thank you to the 11 parents who sacrificed so much of your time to take these boys on a trip of a lifetime. Thank you very much, and thank you to the community. Thank you, guys. Good job.
Thank you, Chris. Some time ago, we created a new kind of award in the city of Auburn. And the award was going to go for those who strived further, who tried harder, who worked together, who showed the spirit of our community. Now, we couldn't help when we named the award, but to call it by a certain name, one that fits every one of you. And the governor and I are going to help pass it out to some of our very first recipients as they all receive the More Than You Imagined award.
Tyler Tan. Ikaika Nahaku. Isaiah Hatch. Dylan O'Grady. Casey Manning. Hudson Bioric. Robbie Wilson. Chandler Mikulik. Dylan Davis. Dylan Rowe. Ryan Lacey. The mic, so now you got me in trouble. Now you got me in big trouble. Where is she? My wife, I think, still. This was our organizer. We probably would have ended up in Nebraska or something if she wasn't trying to figure out where we're supposed to go and what we're supposed to do and when we're supposed to be there. She puts in endless hours. She goes the extra mile all the time, no matter what it is. I don't have the words to describe how much she does, especially for all the kids. So I want to thank her. So there she is.
Okay, Coach, don't go very far. You all just stay up here. You know, there's another generation coming. Can you imagine a few years at the Auburn high schools what kind of a baseball team we're going to have? Yeah. But there's two more of these awards that are more than you imagine. And it says, from the city of Auburn, congratulations to the Auburn Little League All Stars on your appearance and inspired performance in the 2010 Little League World Series. You will always be champions in Auburn. Coach Dale Wilson. And Coach Kai Nahaku. But there's some other kind of presentations. You know, these young folks worked hard. They've done all their practices since the first time I bounced the baseball when we started off. I already had a couple of you tell me that one. Thank you. But they worked hard. They've trained hard. And they went through this series. They did an outstanding job. They were supported by the Little League. And that was incredibly expensive for the team. And the parents who going back there and the cost from all those hotel days. A lot of us have been raising funds throughout the city of Auburn before they even left. And I appreciate every single one of you who have gone to the theater, gone to the restaurants, bought the T-shirts and the equipment to support these young people. In addition to that, our city hall got together and presented a check to them before they left. But there's more than that. There's some more that have come forward. And I'd like to start off with the superintendent of the Auburn School District, Kip Herron.
Let's keep on celebrating because school starts on Wednesday. Our whole, yeah, the parents are all happy about that, but the kids are groaning. Hey, you know, we're really fortunate to have this community together here and be able to celebrate and to have a great organization like Little League that supports the opportunity for kids to play baseball and to develop the love of sport. And no one did it better than this all-star team and captured all of our hearts and our imagination, glued to the television set, looking at all the brackets, figuring out who the next team was. You know, we just love you guys. We love you. But I know none of them are going to need this, but I heard the principals at the middle schools are going to allow them one get out of free detention, even though none of them will have to use any of that. But in the meantime, the principals of the Auburn School District and the superintendent's cabinet wants to support Little League, knowing that there are a lot of volunteers, there are a lot of resources that makes this all happen day to day, and so we have some checks that we want to present to the Auburn Little League Board. So we've got $500 here to present. Congratulations.
There's another presentation. The city of Auburn is a community that works in partnership, and one of our partners shares our community with us. We're here before us and work in partnership every day. They've worked with us in so many ways with our children and our young adults. Representing Muckleshoot today, our State Senator Claudia Kaufman.
Good afternoon. Congratulations, young man. You did an outstanding job. I'm so proud of you. And just like I had said before, everyone was glued to the television sets from far and wide, all across the state and all across the Pacific Northwest. And I'm very honored and proud to serve you as your state senator here in the 47th District. I also would like to say thank you to all of you parents out there. As a parent myself, having kids going through baseball themselves, I know and understand the sacrifices that you make. You go forward, you drive to Little League, you drive to practice, you drive to the games. And when you have such an outstanding group and talented group of baseball players, one thing I think of is, what would Dave Niehaus say? My, oh my! But I also like to say, I also work with the Muckleshoot Indian Tribe, and the Muckleshoot Indian Tribe knows and recognizes the sacrifices that you make to support your children every day in all that they do, academic, sports, leisure, whatever it may be. These are things that we do. We take care of our children. Those are the values that we were raised with, and that's what we do. And on behalf of the Muckleshoot Indian Tribe, I would like to ask Chris Fox to come up here. I want to make a special presentation to him. The hard work that he did, the hard work that all of you parents out there know that this community supports you and all that you do. I have a check here for $10,000.
Wow. This has been an outstanding event. Now, the question I have for the Auburn Little League is, what are you going to do next year? You're going to be there, right? All right, we're looking forward to it. They've done a great job. They're great representatives of our community. There's no fitting way to end this rally but for all of us to recognize all of them, the players, the coaches, their parents, for the Auburn Little League All Stars. Welcome home.